So hello, my name is Daniel, a student in ISEC, pursuing a master's in Management Information Systems. So today we focus on a new service called AWS KMS. AWS KMS is a key management service. It's used to create and store and manage cryptographic keys. It protects data using strong encryptions. There are two main types of KMS. Oh, okay, there are three, but we speak of the two. There is customer managed keys, and we also have AWS managed keys and AWS owned keys. So for customer managed keys, they are created and owned by the customer. They have full control of the key policies because the customer is the one who manages the keys in terms of who will access the keys, and it supports automatic key encryption. We also have the AWS managed keys. These are keys automatically created by AWS services. They are managed entirely by AWS and have limited customer control. They are good for simple encryption needs. For the customer managed keys, them they are good for when you need you are storing very sensitive workloads and there is a compliance requirements that you need to meet. So you can use the customer managed keys. I'll go through to the console. Here is the console. You can create the keys. So you can look at it here, and you have AWS managed keys and also you have customer managed keys. We go through. Okay, let me create here a key. Normally, this one is normally AWS managed key. So how does KMS work? Normally you create a KMS key, then you define the access policies. You'll be able to see that here, key policies, and also you can now be able to encrypt data or generate a data key. So let's go through this process. So key type here is symmetric, asymmetric. The difference between symmetric and asymmetric: this one symmetric use a single key for both encrypting and decrypting. For asymmetric key, it normally has two keys, one for encrypting and the other one for decrypting. So then key usage, you have encrypt and decrypt, generate and verify mark. This one is mainly to ensure that there is integrity of the information. For this one is now to protect, and this is to ensure confidentiality of the data. But this one is mainly for integrity, to check if there is any alteration of the data, so you are able to verify that. But for our case, we will be doing encrypt and decrypt. When you click at the advanced options here, you can see here the different ways of how you can. Here, this one means that the keys are generated by the AWS. For here, you this one mostly you import the keys from outside, like you have maybe an external hardware that generates, and then you can store those keys, you can generate those keys, or the origin of those keys is from the external point. Then we have the AWS Cloud HSM, which is now means this one we spoke about it last time. So you can also generate from the now this means it integrates with the Cloud HSM. But for our case, we use the KMS, which is the easiest way of creating the keys. Then here you can select if you'll be using the key in like in multiple regions, like for example US and maybe Canada and all that. So you can select different regions, but for our case we use single region. Then move to the next. Here you have to, so there's something called areas. So areas is like a name that you give to your keys that is easy for you to remember. It's much easier to remember this than the KMS ID or the key ID. So for example, for our case, we can say we are using this key for database key. Then you can give a description of the key or where it will be used. For example, you can say for S3 services. And here you could say then you can put a tag so that you can be able to track the costs and implication from this service, specific service. Go next. Here you are defining the administration, like the administrative permissions. These are the people who can be able to either delete the key or that, or like manage the key. So I can select this is my account, the user. You can also select the role, different roles within the AWS ecosystem. And then here there's key deletion, so you can opt that the key administrator can delete the key. So if you give this person to the key, can you allow him or her to delete the key? So for us, we will say he can delete the key. Then here, these are key usage. These are those people who are authorized to use the key. For example, I can say I'll be the one. I'll be also managing the key. You can also say this for organization. So this is for organization. Trusted advisor. You can say this one. It's okay. Let's say those two services. Here you can also select other AWS accounts in your organization. So you can select other AWS accounts, not specific in the organization, but different accounts, the AWS accounts. Then this is it generates the policy. This is what I was talking about. So this is the policy here. You can see it gives an allow on this specific root user. This is the name of the policy. So enable IAM user permissions. Then the action is it gives all actions within KMS and all services. It can also use all resources on all resources. So For the other one, key administrators, these are the actions you can do, and this is the user that I have selected. Then it's an allow. You can see it's an allow here. Then we have allow users of the key. Those are the people who will be using the key. Selected trust advisor and also the user, and also you can select the actions they can perform. So if you look at these actions here and the actions here, these are more because this is the one who is able to do much more in terms of deleting and creating the KMS keys. So this one is just the user, it is just encrypting and then decrypting the keys, encrypting and decrypting and generating data keys. So then you go to the next, then you can review the whole what you have selected. If it's fine and it's okay, then you can finish. So that's how you're able to generate key. Then you can use those keys. I'll show you in the next video how to use the keys. Thank you and hope to see you in the next.